And we are live here at the Pancake Podcast, man. It is so good to see y'all. Oh man, we got the gang back and we ready to rock and roll. We got the playoffs ready. And let's just hop into it, man, because we got Niners Cowboys, we got Cardinals Rams, we got Eagles Bugs, Steelers Chiefs, Patriots Bills, Raiders back. We got all types of matchups. But first and foremost, how is the squad?
Dude, this is an exciting week of football games. It's super wild card weekend, not regular wild card weekend, super wild card weekend. But honestly, all these games are so fun, except for like Steelers Chiefs. We'll talk about that later. But
we're gonna
they're very fun.
Absolutely. How about you, Mike? How you doing, man?
Doing good, pushing P. Another week of playoffs, so I'm doing good.
Good to hear. Yeah, your Pat's got a big matchup. We'll get on it.
You want to talk about nervous? I'm nervous.
I understand, brother. I understand. Shoot, Romy Rome, man, how you doing?
How about them Cowboys, man? Hey, I told you, give us credit where credit's due. I tried to tell y'all, man. Me and Avon, we tried to tell y'all, man, y'all just want to listen to us. Y'all believe in Washington? Washington. You had the Giants. Y'all almost had the Giants over us, who ran the QB sneak on 3rd and 9. But I'm glad to be here, man. I'm happy. You know, I'm just glad to talk about football. Something I'm not going to get into with the NFL. Got some stuff to talk about. We got to talk about the black head coaches being failure.
Yeah.
To get replaced by white when they almost built it.
Yeah.
Y'all notice that? Like, you ever notice that when a team start getting good, once they have like a little struggle, they get fired?
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Like, do anybody remember Detroit? Like, they went 9-7. I think they lost like a playoff game. I can't remember. But then they fired the dude because we all knew Detroit was coming. And then they put in potential, and it went all the way to the gutters. The Jet got tired, had tired. Honestly, only one black coach had a successful team when they start, from my understanding, and that was Mike Tomlin. And, you know, he gets burned for even having that.
Dude, you know how many people have wanted to fire Mike Tomlin this year?
Mm-mm.
That's
Bro,
crazy.
If this don't tell you, bro, Mike Tomlin made a team with a third string quarterback named Duck. He took that person, put him at quarterback, and said, you know what? We're going to go 8-8. And he went 8-8 with a third string quarterback. We never saw Duck again.
He made the playoffs with a 90-year-old at quarterback.
Say it again.
He made a playoffs.
Say it again.
He can't throw past 15. I'm sorry, JP. I didn't believe you until I saw that game.
You, man,
when that man launched his body and threw the ball as hard as he can, and that ball I said, nah.
Dude, I remember tweeting during the Steelers Browns game. I asked, like, if Big Ben were to throw a Hail Mary, how far would it go? I was half joking. I'm legit concerned. This man has no arm left.
He ain't mobile. He can barely move out of the pocket.
He's not the same Big Ben that can easily throw off defenders. That's just happening.
Hail Mary going like 25 yards.
They're going. The Chiefs might put him.
That Hail Mary gonna be a flea flicker.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, hey man, say what's up to the squad, Dash.
Hey, what's up, man? How y'all doing? I mean, just another day in the neighborhood. Everybody down my boys, but we always come back.
Yes, sir.
A lot of good matchups today, though. I'm excited.
I've never rooted so hard against an organization ever in my life.
Oh, I still do. I still am.
Get that hate out your heart.
I don't care. I'll do it to the day I die. I admit it. Yeah, I'm a hater. I hate on the Cowboys purposely.
How about this? Props to the New England Patriots. Matt Jones' first year, he ended up going to the playoffs. And
hey, bro, that's what happens when you have an amazing head coach, bro.
Yeah,
Great
see,
coaching takes it.
that's really what it is. The head coach, because God.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
When you look, I'll be honest. When I look at Matt Jones, we're not gonna say he's a Hall of
Matt
Fame.
Stafford again.
You misread what I said. Like I said, I pulled up receipts in the group chat. I pulled up the receipts. So you ain't gotta come at me like that. But I will say this though. Matt Jones, he's gonna be a pretty good game manager, but you can't. The Patriots gonna realize not this year. Who knows? Maybe he'll get better, but they can't make it a shootout.
Yes,
that's true.
Like,
but
yeah,
we're gonna hop into the past, bro. We're gonna hop into the past, but let's go back to them boys. We need to talk about your boys right now, bro. Right now. I really think that the media has your boys messed up. I really do. Let me tell, I understand the whole thing with Kyle Shanahan and how amazing he is, but here's the thing. I know Dan Quinn is, he had his troubles in the past, but with this Cowboys defense, they've actually surprised me this year. Listen, I think honestly, Dan Quinn's strategy, I think they're just going to man them boys up and see who makes the most plays. And I'm just saying, the Cowboys have the most interceptions in the league. And meanwhile, the Niners only have 9. I'm just saying.
Hey, bro, I'm going to be completely honest. Do you remember that year where we went to the playoffs and we faced the Rams and we had that elite defense at the time?
Yeah.
What did the Rams do? They ran that mother sucker down our throat.
Oh, that's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm gonna say
is,
did you say mother sucker? It's okay to cuss, fam. It's okay. We free speech around here, fam. Let it loose.
The media has gotten the Cowboys messed up.
But that's what I'm saying though.
I see it.
If you can run the ball and control it's like in the past playoffs. If you could just run the ball and control the clock, it's like you will have Dallas number. Either that or you gotta have an elite quarterback. I'm not saying Jimmy G can. I'm not gonna say Jimmy G can beat us. I'm saying if they control the clock and they run that down our throat, I'll be scared. If we 1-on-1 with Deebo Samuels, I'm gonna be petrified, bro. I'm gonna be scared, and I love Trayvon Diggs, bro. Cause Trayvon Diggs, he like Brett Favre. He gonna take him, but he gonna give him. That is, bro.
Bad liability, man.
Bro, look. If the prime example is this, remember the Patriots? He caught a pick. And then the next play, Matt Jones tried him and they went for 6. I was like, the perfect description of him is that, bro. He will take him, but he will.
He literally hit or miss. My man literally hit or miss.
Yes, he's hit or miss, and they got exposed this season.
And Anthony Brown, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Anthony.
Yeah, damn.
Hey,
bro.
I know I said Anthony Brown, but courtesy of Kyle Posey, who writes for Matters Nation at SB Nation, the Cowboys allow a 61% success rate on 8.5 yards per reception to tight ends. Van Der Esch allows complete piece percentage by himself of 65%. Has got a pretty good tight end. I don't know.
I was just about to
get with some facts.
He's pretty good.
I was just about to get to that because the person who athletically can stick with him happens to be our best pass rusher. So it's tough. It's like, are we gonna put him in the box? Are we gonna rush him? I say rush him. I say F it. Go get the quarterback. Micah Parsons has been one of the best defenders. Not the best, but he's been one of the best as a rookie. And he's just been a flash to our defense. And I'm real glad to have him. But it's like we have been way too cute with Micah Parsons at times. And so I wonder if George Kittle being there, they're going to say, okay, Michael, try to take him away. We're going to throw Van Der Esch at him, but we're also going to try to throw you at him. Go rush the passer. How are we going to use Micah Parsons in that aspect is going to be a question for me. And I really hope I really hope he don't go man, especially press, because Debo is shifty as heck. And if we try to press that man, bro, he's going to get separation.
I hope you know he averages 10 yards after the catch. So keep that in mind, too.
You want to know why that's important? Because Dallas is the second worst team in the league at allowing yards after the catch. Everybody on that team is designed to get yards after the catch.
Bro,
I've been saying it the entire week. This is a really bad matchup for Dallas. They don't want this team because Dallas's whole defense is comprised of being aggressive, forcing you into the action. The Niners offense is built upon taking advantage of over-aggressiveness. What's been the problem with Trevon Diggs? Over-aggressive, boom or bust. What's been the problem with the Cowboys? Defensive line, over-aggressive, boom or bust. They're really good at pass rush, but they're 19th in rushing EPA per play allowed. They're going to throw a whole lot of misdirection at the linebacker's eyes. I think against the Rams, the Niners ran like lead zone toss 10 straight times. And the Rams ran the heck over. Like every single play. They're going to throw Deebo Samuel in the backfield. I'm pretty sure we'll probably only see like 2 snaps of Trevon Diggs versus Deebo Samuel. Unless Trevon Diggs.
I really hope we don't. I really hope I don't see Deebo versus Anthony Brown, bro.
Look,
I don't cry, bro.
Brown. I think it's going to be you're gonna have to put KZ or J-Rod Curse because he's gonna be lined up in the slot predominantly. That's where he makes most of his plays. And they're gonna send them in motion. He's gonna pull all the linebackers. And the biggest thing about Jimmy G is he doesn't throw to the outside. He throws everything over the middle. He's an over the middle quarterback. The best way to get those completions over the middle to eliminate those tight windows is move guys out the way. They're going to use all that motion with Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk. They're going to use Elijah Mitchell. They have plays where they'll have Elijah Mitchell and Kyle Juszczyk, a running back and a fullback, lined up out wide, and they'll go empty. Like 22 personnel empty. And they'll just be like, okay, if you want to match us and go base, and you'll have Leighton Vander Esch guarding Elijah Mitchell or Kyle Juszczyk, good luck with that. If you want to go into a lighter personnel, we'll just motion them back in and run the ball. They choose which way they're going to hurt you, and then they do it off of misdirection. They force you to be wrong. This is my biggest thing for this game. Is Dallas going to be wrong too many times? They haven't really faced a team that's forced them to be wrong too many times. This is a really bad matchup for this team. This specific Dallas team, I don't like this matchup.
I completely understand.
But my thing is, we're going to have opportunities to take the ball too. I think we're going to have opportunities to take the ball. And
go ahead, Ron. Go ahead. Spit your game, Ron.
Now you go ahead and get it, because I was just saying that's how I think, because like I said, Diggs is aggressive. Our team is aggressive. Our line is aggressive. Like, if they, like, for me, how much do you trust Jimmy G?
That's my exact argument.
Do you trust Jimmy G?
You know what the crazy part about that is? Jimmy G's won a championship game in the NFC, only throwing 8 passes. They don't have to trust Jimmy G. I said, screw it. I will win this game myself. You don't have to throw a pass ever.
You think
destroy them?
You think that? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. There's too many playmakers. I feel like with a guy like Diggs, like, yes, he would absolutely I think he's going to get torched. But at the same time, he's one of those guys where, like, when something convenient happens, he just so happens to be there. And Jimmy G, I'm sorry, bro. Jimmy G, to me, he's not like Sam Darnold bad or anything like that. But he's mid. He is mid. Yeah. And the Cowboys have taken advantage of mid quarterbacks before.
See, I think this game is going to be more on Dallas's offense. Outside of the game where they played the Eagles backups, never really had many good showings. It's been the defense that won them a lot of those games. I think it might have been due to Dak being injured. It might have been due to drops. Michael Gallup's not going to be playing anymore, so they're going to be throwing it to Cedric Wilson. If Kellen Moore can't successfully blend his offenses together, where, like, okay, we'll throw a lot of quick game. We'll go empty. We'll do a lot of this fun air raid stuff. And then we'll go, we'll do 12 personnel. all runs. We're not going to do play action. He has to mesh those concepts together in order to create like a fully coherent offense, or else you get predictable. And I think a lot of that like lack of play action might have been due to Dak being injured, but I think this game is going to come down to if Dallas can be explosive in the pass game and force San Francisco to get out of being able to run the ball, then they should win this game. But it's going to be on them because I don't think this Dallas defense is going to hold up. I don't know, man.
That's exactly my opinion. My big old question mark for the Cowboys is them offensively. I'm just not sold on them offensively for this game because of what they've done in the past. I mean, you have to exclude the Eagles game because they're playing backups. But in a good example game that I see for myself is the Cardinals. Like they should have won that game. Exactly. The defense put the offense on their back, still didn't get it done. So I'm not sold. I'm not sold on it. So I mean, yes, y'all have all the superstars on defense, all the people on defense, but they can't hold out. They can't do it for 4 quarters because it just proves in the Cardinals game. So that's my opinion on Cowboys for this game.
Defend your boys before.
Yes. I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah, before we move on, I want to hear your thoughts, man.
So, me personally, if we can hold up on the offensive line, we'll be fine. That's my key. Can we hold up on the offensive line? And 2, Dak, I've seen when I watch, it's sometimes that Dak just misses by an inch. A lot of times, it's repetitive. It's like we miss a dude by an inch, or we miss him by. Well, you be like, "Ooh, we just a little closer," but it happened consistently. And now my thing from Dak is, if we can give Dak time, can he get this ball moving? Can we get the ball moving? Can we get the ball moving? And then can we not kill ourselves? That'd be the key for me. But
is he going to be in sync for this game? Ask yourself this: is he going to be in sync?
The key person that I'm going to look for is Zeke. Zeke, Zeke to me doesn't have to be like the elite rusher, but he has to continue to do everything but right as an all-around back. Take advantage of the swing game when you get the check down. Get that block because they're going to need it because San Francisco do have a D-line. Can he go and chip that rusher so he can buy a little bit more time for that? It's going to be stuff like that. To me, Zeke is the factor. And then when they come to run the ball, can he give us at least 4 yards so we don't become predictable? And then our play caller, can you continue? Because I've seen this, in the prime example, I've seen this in games where it's not like a shootout then, but they sense it. So they'll jump out to a touchdown, it's like a 3-point game, and they sense like it's about to be a shootout, and they try to make it a shootout and then become predictable. That's why I hope Dallas doesn't try to do, is try to make it like a shootout and then become predictable. Because if you become predictable, then the 49ers are going to eat you alive. So that's my take on it. Those are my keys. Can Kellen Moore stick with the game plan, and can Kellen Moore continue to be unpredictable and try not to put up all these points? Because I think my thing with Kellen Moore, as I start to see, if he see 14 for a pretty good period of time, you start seeing him become predictable because he want 28, he want 35. Can he be okay with winning a 21-14, or can he be okay with slowing the game down for a long period of time? And those are my keys, honestly. And can Zeke average more than 3 yards a game? 3 yards a carry.
I don't know about that 3 yards a carry because San Francisco's run defense is top 5 in DVOA. This is their entire MO, which is why I think they're the most dangerous team in the playoffs. They have elite players at certain matchups where they can move them around and find their biggest weakness on offense.
Yeah.
2 elite players that they can move around wherever they want and hurt you however they want. And then they
But
can.
my thing I'm saying is, can we make it respectable? We don't have to dominate. The run game just needs to be respectable, because if we become predictable, and you tell that D-line to sit back and go after the quarterback, and we become predictable, then that's going to be an issue. The question is, can they respect the run game?
Guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. We'll get to predictions later, but let's talk about Cardinals Rams, bro, because Aaron Donald, Lord have mercy. Pray for Max Garcia this week, because Aaron Donald, I'm sorry, Max Garcia. That man's your pops, bro. I'm sorry, dude. Like, he's everybody's pops. Like, let's just keep it a buck. Aaron Donald, to me, and this is my take, I'm pretty sure JP agrees with me here. Aaron Donald is at least the greatest defensive lineman ever. At least. I would say.
We had that discussion, man, because
but
look, he's
everyone
doing
loves
this.
Prime, everyone loves their LT.
I would say this, Jason.
This is me.
Jason, I would say this, because I
Mhm.
like to go by positions. And you really can't say he's the best like defensive player all time, because he can't do what Deion obviously can't do what Aaron did, and Aaron can't do what. But I will say this: the best defensive tackle all times, I'll give it to Aaron Donald.
Facts.
I'd say
Because the best edge rusher to me will probably be Lawrence. For me will be Lawrence Taylor. But the defensive tackle, if I go best all time, I'm putting Aaron Donald number one.
Look, man,
It's crazy watching him play. Bro would get double teamed and will whoop the double team ass and make a play, bro. Like, I don't think we ever saw a player this dominant off a double team. Like, am I missing somebody, bro? Because he's unreal, honestly.
So I think we do need to have that discussion about Aaron Donald being the best defensive player of all time. I think he's already the best defensive lineman of all time. Think about it like this. Since Aaron Donald's come into the league, he's been a first-team All-Pro 7 out of 8 seasons. One season he wasn't was his rookie year. That is dominance on an unparalleled level. He's been like first in ESPN's pass rush win rate as a defensive tackle since like 2014. He's been doing this for 7 straight years. And it's not like they don't like double or triple team him. He gets double teamed at the highest rate in the league, and he still wins. And this is my biggest problem with the Cardinals. Their offense is very much Kyler Murray, please save us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Green,
Yes.
please save us. DeAndre Hopkins, please save us. Against the Rams in the last game they played, their offensive line was fully healthy. Rodney Hudson played.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron Donald destroyed the entire game.
Cooked him. Yeah.
Took over that game. But I think the biggest matchup to me in this game is going to be Matthew Stafford versus Matthew Stafford. This game is going to rely on which Matthew Stafford shows up. I swear, he is the weirdest good quarterback in the league, because this would be one game where he throws a great 90-yard touchdown pass.
Oh, yeah.
Then the next drive, he'll throw a pick six, or he'll throw it in the double coverage, and you're just wondering, what are you doing? Like, he did that against the Rams. He needs to take what's given at some points. He needs to be able to take the check down. He doesn't have to force everything. Sometimes forcing it is good, but on 1st and 10, just take the check down. Take the dump off. You just need to get yards. You need to go forward. Man, he's just such a weird player.
He is.
It's like that entire offense.
Matthew Stafford.
That entire offense was changed to benefit him. They went to a lot more shotgun early in the season. Figured out it didn't work midway through the season. Went back to more bootleg, more what you normally see from the Rams. And it's kind of worked. But when they're at their best, when they're at like their buzzsaw, it's Matt Stafford being efficient and taking his shots when he needs to. But I don't know if we get that consistently. I'm so nervous about this Rams team going forward, even if they win this game. I don't know if they win this game because of Matt Stafford. Like their biggest acquisition in the offseason might be the biggest reason that they get left out of the playoffs after the weekend.
I think I'm more nervous for the Cardinals because okay, this a little bit like transition over from the Cowboys. We know that the Cowboys defense period is good. And me personally, they exposed that offensive front that whole game. So, okay, so now you're facing another really good defensive front. Can that Arizona Cardinal front line hold up all game? That's my biggest that's what makes me nervous, and that's why I'm gonna go with the Rams because they have more playmakers offensively and defensively. I just don't think the Cardinals offense is gonna hold up like at all.
We'll say what benefits the Cardinals coming in is they're gonna get JJ Watt back, and JJ Watt is so important to that defense because he basically just crushes everything in the run game, and then now in the passing game you can't double team Chandler Jones because you have to devote attention to JJ Watt. I'm not saying he has to be 2015 unanimous defensive player of the year. He just has to do what he's been this year.
Like they have to respect his presence there.
Yeah. I'm not going to say who I'm choosing yet because we got predictions later, but this is the toughest game for me to pick. Yeah. Because I just don't trust Matt Stafford.
I understand. Before I move forward, secondly, I mean, with Stafford, bro, like I get it. I truly get it. The man is inconsistent as hell. Like that's been Matthew Stafford, like as long as I've known about Matthew Stafford. And I've watched Matthew Stafford since I was in like 4th grade, dude. So like just seeing him progress and like seeing his season like with LA, it's like, wow, this guy was so overpaid. But I mean, that's the name of the game. And I mean, like, I'm not against guys getting paid or whatever, but I feel you, JP. He's a hindrance to their offense, bro. He kind of is, but he makes the plays when he needs to at times. And that's what
I would say it's about Matthew. What's up? Matthew Stafford is a way bigger upgrade than Jared Goff. I fully believe Matthew. That move got them to the playoff. I honestly believe that Jared Goff was that quarterback for the Rams. Sean McVay will be bald headed. Now,
he said bald.
With that being said,
that boy finna look like Caillou.
Matthew Stafford. Now, Matthew Stafford, gushing, he inconsistent at times, but like I said, I guess it's just for me. I'm pulling for him to win because I feel like his prime was wasted in Detroit.
Yeah,
like that's just how I feel. Like even though he did have Megatron, it's like who else can you say Detroit had?
I mean, that's kind of what Detroit does, though. They kind of waste primes. That's kind of their thing.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, so I think he just became a product of that. And now he gets moved into LA. His expectations are high. Like in the beginning, it's like he was playing loose, he was playing free, and like he was just racking up. But do y'all think the pressure, like of him, like, okay, I have to be this every single week, is starting to force these turnovers? Because it just seems like, oh, everybody expects me to build another big game. Let me prove to y'all I still got it. And it burned. Like when you look at his stats, it's like it's high in the beginning, and then his yards are still kind of high, but the interceptions have went up. And like I said, he's going to be a deciding factor. I do agree, but I can't really blame the Rams for overpaying him because I would rather have Matthew Stafford than Jared Goff. And Sean McVay don't get enough credit for what he did with Jared Goff. And we starting to see it with Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, definitely. I think Matthew Stafford elevates this offense, but he's also the biggest hindrance to the offense.
Yeah.
You never see that with offenses where the quarterback can both elevate it and hinder it at the same time.
Actually,
yes, we have. Yes, we have.
Famous
Yes, we
Jameis,
have.
baby.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Famous James.
Yeah, Mr.
Hey,
Crablegs
But the
himself.
biggest thing with this game is I think they're gonna have to be aggressive in this game, the Rams. They
Facts.
beat the Cardinals the last time by being aggressive and just completely destroying that game. Like Matthew Stafford legitimately had one of the best games of his season against the Cardinals. I think it was like in week 14, maybe. But it's such a tight game. It's gonna be a really tight game. I wouldn't be surprised if this one goes to OT.
The sirens in the background are for the Eagles because
Okay.
Oh.
let me just explain. What were you about to say, JP?
This game's gonna be closer than people think.
Bro, those sirens that just rang were for the Eagles, bro. I know everyone.
Never bet against Tom in the playoffs.
I'm not.
Learn your lesson.
They have
Eagle versus the
Jalen
Giants.
Hurts has heart, and we love his story, and we're so enthralled by hard work and effort and how the Eagles are just this grinding team. But I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Brady is going to tear that secondary up.
Never bet against Tom in the
He is
playoffs.
going to tear that secondary
Hey, JP,
apart, dude.
Let me just
I'm telling you. I'm
Hey,
telling
let me
you.
say this. Let me say this right quick. Let
Go
me say
ahead.
this. Hold on. JP, I got you. Now, I remember preseason. We all had the Eagles dead last. And I popped up and I said, I don't want them to be dead last because it's always the team that's least expected in the NFC East that
You
ends
did.
up making a run.
I'm pretty sure I
And
said the Eagles are gonna sneak their way up too.
I'm talking in general. I think most of us had the Eagles in last.
Mhm.
Like we all like considered the Eagles out. Jalen Hurts, he's weird to me. It's like he'll win you the game. It's gonna be like grimy, hard work, but I don't know how far that's gonna get him this game.
So let me explain why I think this game's gonna be a lot closer than people think. This isn't the same Eagles team that the Bucs faced in week 6. This also isn't the same Bucs team that the Eagles faced in week 6. You wanna know who led the Bucs in receiving that game when they beat the Eagles?
shirtless boy.
Antonio Brown.
AB?
They don't have
Hey,
Antonio Brown.
Gremlin.
Into the fight.
Gremlin.
Y'all heard that stuff? Hold on. Y'all heard that song? Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't wish ill on nobody, but I heard him sing. When I heard him rapping, bro, I said, dog, get to the league now. Apologize. Because I love AB as a player, bro. When he started rapping that bullshit, bro, I was like, damn, I was like, come on now, bro.
That song
We can talk about it two ways, B. I'm sorry. If we got to fight, bro, I understand, bro. Take your anger out, bro. But, hey, dog, I just want you to play.
I think this Eagles team is different because they finally started to maximize and lean into what the Eagles players do best. The Eagles have one of the best run blocking offensive lines in the league. Like from Lane Johnson to Jason Kelce, Jordan Mailata's been great as a run blocker. They have a mobile quarterback in Jalen Hurts. So basically what they decide to do is just to hell with it. We're not going to throw the ball over the middle. We're not going to be like a true like NFL like spread offense. We're going to go straight college with this. RPOs, rollouts, bootlegs, and we're going to kick you with every single run game we have in our playbook. Zone read, midline, power read, shovel. They pull out the whole playbook with their run game. And I think that's going to affect the Bucs, especially if Lavonte David doesn't play. He practiced on Wednesday. It's looking like he may or may, it's still a game time decision. With Lavonte David out, that run defense is not as good. Like, I think I've said this like for the longest time. Lavonte David is the most underrated player in the league. Because for some reason, people think Devin White is better than him when it's clearly not true. I think Lavonte David is one of the best linebackers in the league. But this Eagles team can give a lot of teams problems with their run game. Their biggest issue is Jalen Hurts exclusively throws outside the numbers. He is a half-read rollout. That's all they're going to do. If the Bucs take that away, then they should win this game. I still think they're going to win this game. but I do think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. I'm not betting against Tom Brady. Don't make this thing. Don't believe that I'm betting against Tom Brady. I think Brady's going to tear this Eagles defense up. But again, it is very interesting to look at who the Buccaneers receiving chart is from week 6. And you got Antonio Brown leading the team in receiving yards. Chris Godwin also had 5 receptions. Either of those guys are going to play. But the one thing that they will have that they didn't have in week 6 was Gronk. And Gronk is going to be a game changer in whatever game they play. But my biggest matchup, I can't wait to see Jason Kelce versus Vita Vea. That's going to be so fun.
The big fellas.
Dude, like, I cannot wait.
I can't wait either. And like I love that key right there. The only thing, bro, when your secondary is atrocious, dog, like really ain't too much you can do. Like it really ain't, bro, especially with an offense like the Bucks, bro. Like I
Gets the goal.
like just he can get the ball out in like 2 to 3 seconds against the secondary. Like
See, I don't know if I'm as worried about their secondary as much as their linebackers. A lot of their production comes from Gronk.
and like
I don't know who they got at linebacker. I can't name a single linebacker for the Eagles, man.
exactly.
I think there's a what's his name? Nope. I think there's a Singleton on there somewhere. I think he starts.
But I got you, man. I got
JP.
TJ Brunson, I think, maybe. Is it TJ?
JP.
TJ Edwards. TJ Edwards.
Okay. Yeah, what's up?
Bro, they have a motivated Tom Brady who regrets dropping the ball against the Eagles. They have a motivated Tom Brady. Do you honestly think Tom Brady not finna drop? Not finna drop about 30 on their head.
What I'm saying is this game could be a lot closer than they think because the Bucs defense isn't A, healthy, or B, as great as it was last year because they're not healthy. Richard Sherman is out for the rest of the season. Who else do they have in the secondary? I think Sean Murphy-Bunting is coming back. It depends. Shaq Barrett's going to play, but I don't know if Davis is going to play. I'm just saying, don't be surprised. This game is a lot closer than you think.
Mm-hmm. I guess we'll see. Any final thoughts on this Eagles Bucks matchup before we move on, man?
Hey, NFC East, or what one people say, NFC least, but we got 2 teams in our division that went to the playoffs.
Yeah, so it's the AFC West and the NFC West. So like,
I was about to say like,
and the AFC East.
Hey,
I was like, what?
NFC South had an atrocious year. You're welcome.
And the NFC North and AFC North. They got the Steelers in.
Yeah.
Mute.
Right. Perfect transition because let's just hop into it, dog. Like Steelers, it feels like we're wasting our time here. It really does. But like, my key matchup is not even like a real matchup, dog. It's literally Big Ben versus Father Tom and our Tom, dog. We are literally gonna watch this man just throw the ball like 40 times, bro. And they're all about to be ducks. And we're just gonna sit up here and watch him be ass for 4 quarters.
I was gonna say,
like the Chiefs are probably gonna be the Chiefs and like run their offense. I feel like Pat might throw a pick or 2 though. That's my only thing. He's been struggling a little bit. But bro, Big Ben, bro, like what are we doing?
I'm gonna be honest, bro. You know what a lot of quarterbacks say they're gonna throw until they no longer throw no more. Yeah, Big Ben took that. Yeah, Ben took that and said,
"Hey, he did that
literally, like to heart." Like
I was gonna say, the biggest matchup in this game is me against the PS5. I don't know how long this game gonna be on my TV until it's just over, bro.
What time is this game?
I don't
Let
know.
me check real quick.
But-
I got y'all.
Being
It's
real,
like-
the biggest matchup to me that I highlighted was TJ Watt versus Andrew Wiley. Lucas Niang is out for the rest of the season. It could be an interesting little matchup. If Steelers have any chance of winning, it's going to be with TJ Watt going absolutely ballistic. He has to. If they could play
It's
him
that
quarterback, they would. But dude, it feels like we're watching. They're like televising like a death.
You want to know something that's
No,
even
but here's the
funnier?
thing.
You want to know something
Here's
even
the thing
funnier
that's
though?
bad though.
Go ahead,
What?
Rome.
Nah, but nah, you got. I was just about to say the only thing is, I'm sorry, but Kansas City, like secondary, if you take away the Honey Badger, it's.
It's some ass, bro.
I mean,
Oh, it was proven. That
And-
one set. I forget what his name was, but that one safety.
Daniel Sorensen,
Oh,
Yes.
the one white guy,
It'd be
the
like
one
that
white
sometimes.
dude in that same
hey,
secondary.
bro, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I got a feeling, bro, that the Honey Badger him fought at least one time after the game, bro.
We gotta fight him because
They had
half
to
the time,
fight.
half the time, most teams score because of him, and it's because he blowing up coverages. So what you expect? Yeah, we gonna fight in the
Bro.
locker. At least we fight in the locker room. Like, do your job. Do your job.
All of
Stop
it-
getting beat. Stop blowing the coverage. Stay in your assignment and watch the ball.
I
Oh,
never
Oh,
seen
I'd
a
be
man
on
with
him.
Hey
I'm
man,
gonna
I
say
never seen
about
a
the
man
Chiefs
with a
defense.
bigger target on his back because I'm not gonna lie. Every time you see the Honey Badger, it's like
He got his
trying to
face like
hide
this and
but he be ready to fight.
15 yards behind somebody.
I
Yo.
want to know, what do they say to them when they go to the sideline after they just scored on him? Like, what do they say? I want to know.
Hey,
It's
It's
all right,
just-
bro. You got. We're gonna get him
You're
next
gonna
time.
get him
Ty
next
Matthews.
time.
Ty Matthews sitting over there on the end of the bench, just ready to like swing on this dude at any moment. But I do think the Chiefs' defense has gotten a lot better throughout this season. I think they're actually like prepared. They're more than prepared to make a playoff run defensively because Melvin Ingram being traded from the Steelers to the Chiefs was one of the biggest midseason acquisitions because that allowed Chris Jones to move back to D tackle. What are we doing? Why would you move an all-pro D tackle to D end? That was stupid in the first place. But now that he's back inside, he's doing what he normally does. Now they have Melvin Ingram and Frank Clark still rushing off the edge. I mean, I don't know if it's really gonna like matter much because Big Ben gets the ball out in 1.5 seconds for 2.5 yards. You know it's crazy. I keep thinking about that Browns Steelers game, like Ben's last game in Heinz Field, and
Oh my god,
Oh,
bro.
he threw the ball 50 times for 150 yards. You know how many times? You know how little yards you have to throw the ball? To throw it 50 times, not get 200 yards.
Yo,
That is depressing.
yo,
I
this
would
game,
not want to play offense.
this game is at 7:15, bro.
They are
This game is at
This is prime
7:15,
time.
bro.
So
On
they
Sunday.
got the prime. So they got the prime time game Sunday.
They got the
Is this the
prime
Sunday
time
night game?
slot, bro.
Is this the Sunday night game?
Hey,
Dog, is this the Sunday night game?
Nah,
Yes,
bro.
I think
hold
They
on,
set them up,
JP.
bro. They set
Wait.
Big
Yeah,
Ben up.
the Sunday
it's
night
the
game.
Sunday
Good,
night
though.
game. Yes.
Oh, nah. Yeah, they said big. They said big.
Good. I'm glad they
JP.
did because
Hey.
yeah, we know the vibes. We know the vibes.
They
JP.
said
Thank
big.
God.
I'm like, okay, all right, man.
JP,
Go ahead and make a
hold
phone call to Vegas. Go ahead and win this game.
Hmm.
JP, read me that stat one more time from the Browns.
Okay,
You said he
hold on.
threw.
Let me
You said he
pull it
had
back
50
up.
pass attempts.
Let me pull it back up.
I'll do the math too, dog. Like 50 pass attempts and 150 yards, bro.
Let's pull it back up. All right. Let's see where it is. All right. I don't know if they're gonna list the stats on this website. All right. Let's see. Where is it? Y'all keep talking while I find it because it's gonna be weird.
Bro,
about to
that's
be
so
atrocious.
sad, bro.
Yeah,
Like-
so Big Ben threw for my fault, Rome. I have the stats right here.
No,
Go
you
ahead.
gotta say
Go ahead.
it.
All right, so
Go
Big
ahead.
Ben had 46 passing attempts. For one- 46 passing attempts. Okay. 46 passing attempts for 123 yards. I swear to God. I swear to God. 123 passing yards and a touch. He got a touchdown, though. He got a touchdown.
Okay. You know how many yards?
Man,
46
You know how many yards?
attempts.
You know how many yards? Per attempt?
man.
You know how many yards per attempt that is?
Hey, bro.
Read it out
that
for
ain't
us,
deacon
man.
and dunking.
That is a grand total of 2.67 yards per pass attempt.
2.6.
Time to wrap it up. Hang it up. Hang up the cleats.
Hang it up.
the cleats.
Hey, he
Hang it
gotta
up,
go.
bro.
I've been
You're wasting our
saying-
You
time.
gotta go.
I have been saying this for the past 3 years. The Steelers' problem is letting that old man play quarterback. He is hindering both their on-field products and off-field development of their team. That's another.
But if you
Who is
think
they
about it,
backup?
if we take him
Like-
out, who they gonna put in?
You
Dwayne
should have
Haskins?
drafted somebody. They
Okay,
should've
well,
drafted
Dwayne
Haskins.
slowly roll.
Dwayne Haskins,
I think we got enough of Dwayne Haskins for a little while.
Dwayne Haskins is the black version of Big Ben. That's
Basically.
he is the black version of Big Ben. Like literally, you gonna sub out Big Ben and put in another Big Ben.
They hate Mike Tomlin for going 9-8. You know what they do to Dwayne Haskins?
Oh, he'd be out of there.
Yeah.
They be on him.
This game is going to be, I think the spread is Chiefs minus 12.5. I think I would take the Chiefs money too.
Bet the over. Bet the over.
The Steelers offense is depressing. Like,
You know what's great?
like they have like all these great like pieces. Like Chase Claypool is a great receiver. Deontay Johnson's a good receiver. They have a bunch of deep threats, but they're not good at two of the most important positions, quarterback and offensive line. They're not
Mhm.
Oh
good.
yeah.
They're not good there. So they're probably going to get boat raced by the Chiefs. And plus, I don't think we haven't talked about the Chiefs yet because like, yeah, this is what they do.
But they do, bro. Like y'all know the vibes. Y'all are smart football
Bro, let
fans.
this
Y'all know
sink
the
in.
vibes. Our listeners,
Bro.
y'all know the vibes of the Chiefs, man. They're gonna boat race everyone unless you find a way to get pressure on Mahomes and make that boy rattle.
Okay,
That's the formula.
I think the biggest thing that's changed with how to beat the Chiefs is, this is probably the worst thing to say. Like, it's not necessarily like teams can't rely on this. Like, you have to make them throw it to somebody other than Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, because like they're throwing to Josh Gordon.
It's true though.
They're throwing to Josh Gordon in 2021. That is something. That is not P.
That's not Pete. That ain't Pete. That ain't Pete. That ain't Pete.
Throwing it to Josh Gordon and a Byron Pringle. Yeah, that you can beat them if you're forcing them to throw it to Byron Pringle and Josh Gordon. But Tyreek Hill did get banged up in, I think, their last game against.
It was in warm-ups. So I think it's starting with this.
100%.
I want to say ankle.
It was either his ankle or his heel. Either
Mhm.
way, they're still the Chiefs. It's still Mahomes, and it's still the Steelers' offense. They'll probably be like, the Chiefs will probably have the ball for like most of this game because the Steelers will go 3 and out.
Oh no, another 3 and out.
Hey, Mike, your Pats, bro. What's up, man?
what's up with
Okay.
It's time, bro. It's time to get on the boys.
I don't know. To me, it's just a big old I don't know. We did what we had to do the first time we played them, straight physical football, running the ball. The second time, I don't know. Especially the last game we played. We could have won that game. But we put this like Mac, what are you doing? Mac, what are you doing?
You know what happened last game? Josh Allen had the best game of his career.
That too.
They could not stop. And basically what they did was, you are going to be our run game and our passing game. And it worked.
White
That
jam, baby.
But
If
I
y'all
don't
notice,
think
but if
I don't
y'all
know
notice,
if that's
it
reliable.
goes back to what I said. When I said, you gotta think, they played twice. It was two different type of games.
Mhm.
One was a control the clock, run the ball game. Patriots dominated.
Yeah.
Another one was a shootout. Well, supposed to be a shootout. Bills won that one. This game, if those two games show you who should win based off what they do on that night. What I mean by that is, if the Patriots control the clock, play good defense, run the ball well, they'll be fine. If they try to get into a shootout with the Bills, they're going to lose.
And that's the thing.
I don't think Matt Jones got the weapons. I don't think Matt Jones is that type of person who can do shootouts. Not right now.
Not right now.
Maybe he can develop into it, but with the talent that y'all have, if y'all try to make this a shootout and become predictable, it's going to be a loss.
The Patriots have to stay on schedule.
Exactly. We're not.
They cannot get into second and long. This is not the team that is built to win on second and long, third and long. They have to stay ahead of the chains because that gives easier throws to Mac Jones. That's what you want for your rookie quarterback. I don't doubt that Josh McDaniels is going to come in with a great plan offensively. I don't doubt that Bill Belichick is going to come in with a great plan defensively. I just don't know if Josh Allen is I don't know if he can stop that guy. Like, I didn't think I would say that at the beginning of this season. Like, I don't know if you can stop Josh Allen, but I don't know if they can contain Josh Allen.
And that's the thing. I don't know if we can contain him.
The last game they didn't
and it's just,
spy. Bill Belichick chose not to spy Josh Allen. So what he did was, if nobody was open, I'm just going to run it.
And it showed that last fourth quarter of the game. All right, you're not going to put a spy on me. He ran. He got first. Oh, I need to stop.
Nah, go in, bro. Go in, bro.
What I do think is going to be
it just pisses me off because that's a game we could have won, but like nobody wants to like I understand. Okay, we got good coverage, but you have to maintain the quarterback. He can run, but you have to maintain him.
I think the biggest matchup for this game is going to be Isaiah McKenzie and Cole Beasley against Miles Bryant and Jalen Mills, because that last game, Isaiah McKenzie absolutely destroyed whoever was guarding him in the slot. And Cole Beasley didn't play. And now with Cole Beasley back in the game, I think Isaiah McKenzie is going to get a whole lot more reps. They're going to do a lot of that 4 wide. They're going to go super spread offense, which is funny considering Cole Beasley. But I didn't mean that. No pun intended. I did not mean that.
Sure, fam.
But what happens if you go to that 4 wide air raid offense is that limits your run game. But you can make up for that by having Josh Allen as your quarterback.
That's exactly how they make up for it, because I don't recall them using Singletary all that much. And who made up for it? Josh Allen.
They literally ran quarterback sweep like 7 times that game. But I do think if there's any place where you can exploit the Patriots defense, it's the slot corners. I think if Miles Bryant doesn't play well, Jalen Mills is probably the funniest player in the league, because he looks so cool. The tinted visor, the elbow pads, the sleeves, the gloves are all cool, and he goes out and gets torched every game.
There's always that one person that got all this stuff on.
Yes,
and goes
goes out there and just gets cooked. Yep.
The ratio of drip to actual talent is like this.
For our listeners, his hands are very far apart.
And for our listeners, if you are an athlete, football player, just keep it simple. Just keep it simple. Point blank period.
Use your VC on skills. And
yes.
That's my advice. But that's going to be my biggest matchup to watch, because that's really where they killed them last game. They ran a lot of – Bill Belichick loves to run one double. Or it's like one double number. They're probably going to double Stephon Diggs. Or they might leave Diggs and J.C. Jackson on an island, and they go double
don't do that
in the slot.
Don't do that.
I don't know.
Don't do that,
Diggs and Jackson.
That's
a nice matchup, bro. I think Diggs will get the better of it. But J.C. Jackson ain't no scrub, dude. Like, that man is an elite corner. When I tell you, the Patriots let go of Gilly Lock because they were comfortable with JC. You let go of Gilly Lock because of this man. That man ain't no scrub, bro.
He ain't no scrub.
We'll say,
but
you gotta think
Diggs is that man, bro.
Diggs is that guy. And I'm talking England.
Hey, my boy.
That's
Stuck in the
getting,
Matrix. Oh, he back. Is he
that's
back?
getting your grill ready.
No.
I will say one thing that does lean the Patriots' way is it's going to be extremely cold.
I was just about to bring. It's supposed to be
It's going to
cold.
be below freezing.
Mm-hmm.
No
in that
storm,
game.
baby.
Last time that the Bills played in a below freezing and a lot of wind chill, we had the funniest game ever. And Josh Allen, I think Nina Khan's had this take, and I'm like, wow, that actually makes a whole lot of sense, as a lot of her takes are. But if Josh Allen played in the Dome, he'd be one of the best quarterbacks ever.
Yep.
But because he plays in Buffalo, he has
Freezing.
to throw the ball through 20-mile-an-hour winds, and it just looks like a cartoon where the ball just dies halfway there. But
The nature.
the weather, if the weather holds up, it does lean the Patriots' way because they've shown they don't have to throw the ball to win the game. They can run the ball the entire game. And
Please.
I don't like saying this. I said about Ohio State before, but the Bills defense is not very. I think they're more of a finesse team.
So you're saying, so basically,
They're more of a
I'll
finesse.
say it. He doesn't want to say it. So I'll say it. Those boys are like Michigan against Georgia.
Yes,
Charmin.
I think they are built upon pass rush and pass coverage. Ed Oliver is a good pass rushing defensive tackle. You got a lot of pass rushing ends. You don't do a lot of pass rush on early downs.
Nope.
You don't do a lot of pass rush in like below freezing weather. That's what happened.
Not logical.
They
It's not
they got
logical.
punched in the face. So if the weather does end up being below freezing, I think that leans the Patriots' favor because that's all the Patriots like to do. They
Run the ball.
They punch you in the face. They have 53 dudes who will punch you in the face. It is so fun watching Dante Hightower and Juwan Bentley take on blocks because they do not care for their lives or your lives. Somebody's getting hurt on this play. Like I've seen Juwan Bentley like stonewall a 330-pound guard pulling, and it is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Dante Hightower is still one of the best linebackers in the league because he's insane. Like they ask him to do so much. It's like being a 6'4", 270-pound linebacker who's also your number one pass rusher, who also covers receiver in the slot. He's great. Just when you're watching Bills Patriots, watch 54 for the Patriots on defense, please. It's very good. That's really it. I enjoy watching them play defense.
I do too. I love watching a well-coached football team, and I'm not gonna lie. I pray that it snows. Just for the chaos. I played in snow.
It would be
I
the
played in
perfect.
Ohio, all that good stuff. Snow is horrible. It's
It'd be
actually
the
the worst.
perfect football guy weather game. Like for all
Football
the
guys
real
for the
football.
spectators.
Yeah.
For the
Real
spectator football guys, because I guarantee you, and like some of these people are a bunch of liars, kappas, and that ain't P. So let me explain, bro. So when you see guys like going outside, taking off their shirts in the cold, all that shit is a front, bro. All of it is a front.
Yeah.
It's a part of the image.
They are
Say-
tricking themselves. That's
Say
all
it
they're
again.
doing. They're trying
Say
to
it
trick
again.
themselves into embracing the cold. You know, I have some former teammates, they're embracing their inner Viking and all this shit. And it's like, bro,
You like shut your ass up.
it's still
Back when the cold
16
sucks.
outside. I'm gonna chill in my long sleeves and just pray to the good Lord. I'm gonna make sure I have my nice cutters on, you know, the nice fat, thick gloves,
Yeah.
so that when I'm making contact, you know, when I'm punching dudes in the chest and whatnot, I don't want to break my fingers off at
Because
halftime.
you feel every last bit of it.
every last bit of it.
Every time somebody step on your foot, every time you hit your hand on
Oh.
their shoulder pad.
You
All
know
of
the
it
vibes.
hurts in the cold. It hurts a lot more in the cold. That's
You
why I
notice
say like it's like the ultimate football guy weather. I think they're thinking of, you know, the Frozen Tundra video the NFL films was out the bum, bum, bum. That
Yeah.
one. They think of that and they think very nostalgic until you actually go outside and play football
Yeah.
in the cold.
if you
It's sucks.
If you be honest, if you go to any NFL team, you say, what's the perfect weather? Put me with the sun and let it be about 73, 74 degrees and let's play ball.
A little
if you
wind.
tell me to play, because I ain't going to lie. You put me in there, I'm chilling, I'm playing, I'm having fun. That's why the game supposed to be played. If you put me in 30-degree weather where it's raining, not even snow, it's just raining. Do you think I'm just as excited?
I
Like,
mean,
have y'all ever had it rain hard and it's freezing cold? You just like, yeah, this the
yes, I
perfect
played
weather
in
for me.
everything.
Yes,
I played in everything.
I've,
bro.
I
played
played
in
Jason. I
Like,
did it
I
all
played in
too.
monsoons. I played in snow. I played when it's 105 out. Rome, we did that together, bro. Like,
Oh yeah,
yeah, bro. Like, I've seen it all, man. And I'm telling you, that freezing cold and this
It's
football
cap.
weather shit, that shit is cap, and that shit is not pee. That shit ain't pee, bro. That shit ain't pee.
I hate to change the subject real quick, but I just thought this is hilarious. So the Niners-Cowboys game is going to be in Dallas, Texas. It is Sunday's game.
Arlington, sir. Arlington.
Texas.
Arlington.
AT&T Stadium announced that it's going to be a whiteout against the Niners. Nick Bosa's
Oh.
a whiteout in Arlington.
A
Texas.
whiteout for Bosa, man.
It's a whiteout in Arlington. I think Nick Bosa is going to put together the game of his career.
His career.
He's
Bloodbath.
He's going to turn into freaking Howie Long.
Oh,
And I would not be surprised if Nick Bosa,
bro,
tweeting a little frivolously.
I'm not gonna be surprised if we win. Mike McCarthy gonna come out with something like, "Hey, I motivated my team this time with something else, like the whole monkey butt thing."
Guarantee you, Micah Parsons is going to play the game of his life. Not Micah Parsons. Nick Bosa going to play the game of his life. Boy, they announced this whiteout. Nick Bosa got happy. He heard that. Like, oh, yeah. I'm going off today, coach.
Mm-mm. Yeah, he saw all the QAnoners in the audience and turned Super Saiyan. But we have one last matchup to discuss, and that is the Raiders and the Bengals. I honestly feel like this could turn into a boat race. But, I mean, the only thing is, bro, like this Raiders team, they're honestly, bro, nah, bro. They just after the game that they just had, bro, and bro, no, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You can't.
I'm gonna give credit to
fool me, man.
They do
watch the Raiders.
The Raiders do not die.
They don't, but bro.
What has happened this season to them, with everything that's happened, they could have like rolled over and died, but instead they're in the playoffs. It's more power to them, and I do think that they have a favorable matchup in some places, and that is, as good as the Bengals' offense is, their offensive line still sucks.
Oh,
yep.
Their offensive line is still bad. A lot of the big plays come from Joe Burrow escaping pressure and Jamar Chase completely dunking on a defensive back. But the thing about that is it's so variable. Like sometimes it'll work. Sometimes some games they'll look great. The Chiefs game, it worked really well. Against the Jets, it didn't work. They're too variable. So you don't know whether the good Bengals or the bad Bengals are going to show up, especially on offense with that offensive line being as bad. The Raiders' entire defense is a high school off-Broadway rendition of the Legion of Boom Seattle Seahawks. But what they do really well is they rush the passer. Max Crosby leads the NFL in pressures, and that is not a fluke. The dude is legit really good. Yannick Ngakoue can still get after the passer.
Mm-hmm.
Quentin Jefferson gives you some moments on the interior. They're going to give that offensive line problems. And then on the other side, I think the Raiders do have a favorable matchup, which is Darren Waller against whoever the Bengals are going to try and guard him with. Because the Bengals have not been very good against tight ends this year. I think the last game the Raiders played against the Bengals, Darren Waller had 7 catches for like 120 yards. Mark Andrews had over 100 yards. George Kittle had 2 touchdowns. Travis Kelce went off. They don't cover tight ends very well. So I think those are a couple of matchups that you could talk yourself into the Raiders if you had that matchup. But the Bengals are just so good. When it's hitting, when that offense is hitting,
It's going.
unstoppable.
It's going, and that's bro.
The biggest problem because
And we're gonna talk
so
about
many
that.
weapons they can throw at you. They have a Jamar Chase on the outside, who's a legit ball winner. They have T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd, who operate really well. T. Higgins is really good. Joe Mixon, when they get to under center and doing that outside zone run game with Joe Mixon, it makes their offense even more diverse. So if this offense is hitting like it normally does, this could get out of hand real quick.
Against a fatigued defense.
Yeah, man.
I can see. First of all, Chase.
Yeah, bro.
Who's going? Okay, y'all know how I said in the beginning, and y'all know I like to be right. It's just my bloodline.
Yeah.
But I would be capping if I said I expected Chase to do this. I say he'll be the best rookie. I just think he'll do this, bro. Like
Creed Humphrey ratio will not be tolerated.
Is a dog. You said what?
Creed Humphrey erasure will not be tolerated.
Dude is a dog.
He is a dog.
I love
then, what's crazy is you stop him, T. Higgins can go for $150. It's like, but that's why I went back to it's like next year they're gonna. I don't know how they're gonna deal with that O-line situation that they got. They're probably gonna add pieces. They're probably gonna draft a lineman, but they found their guys.
Yeah.
And now they got to build the most important part. Now, are they going to beat the Raiders? I don't know. The Raiders are more complete. I got hope in Derek Carr. I like Derek Carr, man.
Let's just hop into predictions, man. Go ahead and give it to us, bro.
Yeah.
But what Derek Carr did, like, understand, John Gruden, like, do any of y'all believe that John Gruden wanted him at quarterback?
I'm not even sure John Gruden was the better coach.
Exactly. Derek Carr, like
playoffs after John Gruden.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be a scrap off season for the Raiders. None of us was even thinking about the Raiders. And then they play against the Chargers. And Derek Carr made play after play. And I just gotta give him credit. Now, you got Josh Jacobs, you got a good receiver core, and if they can control the clock, honestly, that's what it boils down to. You can control the clock. Burrow's gonna throw. Burrow's gonna. They're gonna make plays. The receiver's gonna make plays. But the Raiders are too.
Who you got?
My biggest.
That's it.
I don't think.
I
don't think they're a control the clock team, and the reason why is their run game is not good.
Yeah.
Like Josh Jacobs is a fine running back. Their offensive line is not good.
I was wondering if I was gonna bring that up.
It's what happens when you get rid of every offensive lineman you have in the offseason.
They let me down, dude.
Like they ran all over the Chargers, but the Chargers defense in terms of stopping the run is the worst defense I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's atrocious. That's why they're not here now.
That's the main reason why they're not in the playoffs. But I think what's going to change against the Bengals is I think the Bengals aren't bad on the defensive line. They have a pretty solid defensive front.
They got a DN from the Saints. I think his last name's Henderson.
Trey Henderson.
Yeah, he's a good DN.
Yeah.
He's a good pass rusher.
The biggest problem for them is if you get past the D line, you'll probably get a whole lot of yards because they can't tackle.
But here's my thing: they're both two teams, and it's gonna be tough. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this became the best game of tomorrow or when they play a best game of this week. Honestly, just because they both can make plays. Derek Carr can make plays. Joe Burrow can make plays. Jamar Chase can make plays. Hunter
Renfrow.
Renfrow can
Plays.
make somewhat plays.
No, Hunter
He
Renfrow.
is. You want to talk about a sneaky receiver? He's the
Boy.
I
definition
don't know
of
if
a
he's sneaky
sneaky
anymore.
receiver.
Okay,
I don't think
look,
he's
I got
sneaky anymore. I
love
think
for
he's like
I think
good.
he's like
Oh,
legit.
no,
Like,
he's good, but I feel like other teams just forget that he's on the field.
not anymore. I don't.
Not
not
anymore,
anymore.
man. They don't have any other receiver.
look, bro. Look, I had love for him, but when people start trying to make it seem like he one of the best route runners, and then he started talking that shit, talking
Hey,
about
man.
how
He
he
is.
Hey, man.
I'm like,
say
you lost,
man.
dog.
That boy be
You can't
cooking,
say
bro.
you did somebody in practice, dog.
You want to know why I think
Cooking,
Hunter
bro.
Renfrow is
I
one of the
know.
best route runners in the league? Because he's not one of the best in the league at his position at anything else.
Yeah.
He has great hands, but what he does is get separation.
That's about it.
That
Yeah.
route,
Get open, bro.
I call it the Renfrow route, where he runs and he fakes out, then fakes back in, then
Fakes back
pivots
in,
out, then
yeah.
goes back in. He did it to Derwin James against the Chargers, and I was like, that's a 7-on-7 route that wouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's a 7-on-7 route, and they'd stop the play. But no, it goes for a touchdown in the league. Now kids at 7-on-7 are gonna start doing it, and it's gonna ruin fun. No defense player can have fun anymore. But Hunter Renfrow is like good. Like I don't know if he's like sneaky good anymore. Like he's legit good now.
He's like.
I'm not saying
He's
like
mid.
top.
Let's be honest.
He's fringe
mid.
10. He's
I feel like
fringe.
he's high mid tier.
He's fringe 10 for
Not
me.
even high
Like, he's
mid.
like in that
Mid. Let's
He
be
10 to
honest.
13 range.
I
for
would
me.
say 10 to 15.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's
10
fair.
15. 10 15.
That's fair.
Okay.
But I don't think you can win games like because of him. Or like he can single-handedly take over games, but he's gonna give you a play. Like he's gonna consistently make plays. He's Wes Welker.
Yes. Good comparison.
He's Wes Welker. Somehow Wes Welker is always open. Hunter Renfrow is always open. Like it's crazy. His footwork and his patience are so great. But prediction-wise, I'm going with the Bengals. I don't think this is very difficult for me. I think fatigue is going to catch up to the Raiders, as well as like not having an actual run game. And I think the Bengals are going to just drop haymakers. I don't think the Raiders are going to be able to fight back. So I'm picking the Bengals.
Fully
Yeah,
agree.
Bengals.
I'm going Bengals too.
Full sweep, baby. Well, shit. Let's get to your Pats, bro. Pats Bills. I'll go ahead and start. I'll start it off, bro. I'll start it off. It's going to snow. Like I'm a quick plug. Shout out Newsbreak. Shout out to the gang. I review articles, right? And like part of our, I guess, content creators, like some of them like post the weather and some of them are meteorologists, right? Let's just say I've covered a lot of blizzardy stuff this week. It's gonna snow, fam. It is going to, like, I'm telling you. My girlfriend's family lives in Massachusetts. They're preparing for snow.
I'm gonna tell you
So
right now.
Godspeed, bro. Godspeed. But like, I think y'all got it, bro. I really think y'all got it. Godspeed. Let it snow. Let it snow. Shout out Boys to Men. I really do think the Patriots got it because Josh Allen in the snow, y'all. Chaos. God bless them. I'm going Patriots.
So I think what's going to change in this snow game from the last snow game they played is they're going to use Josh Allen as a runner more. In that first snow game, Josh Allen didn't run the ball a lot. I think that's going to change. And Josh Allen's going to carry the ball at least like 10 to 15 times. And in games where I don't think there's a clear advantage for either side, I tend to lean towards the better quarterback. So I'm going to go with the Bills, but I think it's going to be close.
Fair enough. Rome.
Man. See, I can't leave out Bill Belichick. I really can't. Cause in this type of condition, I just think the Bills overall, I think the Patriots are built for this. Like the Patriots are built to say, we're gonna line up and play old school football, and you're not gonna do nothing about it. You can't. It was a play. I'll never forget. It was on a touchdown, and the box was completely stacked, and the Patriots still had a lane to hit the gap, and the dude hit it and scored. And I'm like, if you can create a gap where everybody's boxed in, you can win. And I just think at the end of the day, if it snows out and this becomes an old school football game, I just don't see how the Bills can win. Now, of course, if it's like snow and they able to throw the ball around, then or if it don't snow at all, then I'm gonna take the Bills. But I choose the weather.
They're calling it a bomb cyclone.
Are you serious?
What?
So
Is that bad?
it's that bad. So
Oh
yeah,
my
have
God.
fun with that, Bills and Patriots. I think the Pats got it though. I really
Praying.
do.
Praying.
We want to do we prayers up for your game. What else? Steelers Chiefs. Do we want to waste our time here?
No, it's the Chiefs.
Yeah, we know the bomb.
Hey,
Hey, let's actually make this prediction. Let's make this prediction. Let's make an over under here. Over under 150 for Big
Hold on,
Ben.
I'll pull up the opening line. I'll pull up the line.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'll pull
Hey,
up
Jason, when you do that, can you read me that stat one more time, please?
Yes. Big Ben's stats. I got you from that game. Let me go ahead and find it real quick because
All right. So the spread
Until-
is
yeah, till then, go
minus
ahead,
12 and a
JP.
half. The over under is 46 points. I would take the under. Because I don't think the Steelers are going to help at all. Like, I think the Chiefs would have to score at least 35 to hit the over. Which, I mean, they can.
I'm about to say, I'm pretty sure they can get 35.
They can. But, God, the Steelers
I'm only gonna be honest with you. The Steelers can get points.
How? How they gonna do that?
One person. What's that safety name?
Oh,
That's how.
You want to know what the problem with that is? How
Well,
far are safeties from the line of scrimmage?
usually like
it
10,
don't matter.
10 yards on the
When he
ball.
10
It
yards.
doesn't matter.
10 yards. Can Big Ben get the ball 10 yards
No,
or over 10 yards?
no.
Okay. They're not going to score any points.
They're gonna score.
They would have to have a turnover, and it'd have to be in Chiefs territory.
No, here's why. Dante Johnson, I think I said his name right. He is explosive. Now he'll drop him, but he's explosive.
I think
Chase
he's their best
Claypool,
receiver.
He is
Claypool is an athletic monster. Inconsistent, but he's a monster. They have weapons to move the ball downfield. The question is, A, can they catch most of the passes? B, can Chase Claypool win the one-on-one matchups like he should? And C, Big Ben.
That's the problem. It's so reliant on the quarterback getting the ball to them downfield. That's not gonna happen.
But here's the thing: he make plays also in the short game, like in the short routes. He can get the ball and his run at the catch, like he can rack them up. So I really got faith in Dante, especially if you give him in space, he's gonna make somebody miss. Clay Claypool is obviously just a big body, someone you can use. They can use a tight end, and Najee Harris, who I think we forgot about.
He can fight for his life, man. Prayers to Najee Harris.
He already doing that, so he's used to it. So he's gonna fight for his life. for a playoff spot, so I expect him to run hard. Expect them to put up points. Do I expect them to get into a shootout with the Chiefs? No. But expect 50 attempts for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns.
The last time the Steelers played the Chiefs, they scored 10 points.
I was about to say I give him like 7
That
points.
touchdown was scored in the fourth quarter after the Chiefs had already put up 36. They might not score, bro. Like, they might not score an offensive touchdown,
Blanked.
which would be the perfect way for Big Ben to go out. It'd be like the anti-Kobe, where like you throw 60 passes, but it's only going for like 110 yards. And like you'll probably get like maybe a touchdown. I don't know. Depends on run after the catch, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not gonna be good. I want to bet the over/under on how long until I turn on the PS5, because that game is going to be garbage, bro.
JP,
Hey, JP, you ain't lying, JP. You are not lying.
he went out so sad, man. But that stat you read, bro, was the funniest.
Oh yeah, I have it right here. You ready?
Please
I'm
read
gonna
it.
read it one more time. I'm gonna read it one more time before we transition here. So Big Ben, once again, he was 24 for 46 for 123 yards and a touchdown. Oh, and he threw a pick. He threw a pick
You know
too.
what's
by the way.
crazy about 24 for 46? That's 52% completion percentage. Even when he was throwing a short pass, he wasn't hitting. Like that's the most depressing thing. Well, I want to look up what Big Ben's stats were against the Chiefs the last game. So I'm pretty sure
Look up
that's
the
the latest.
season. Look up his season stats. What is his season stats?
His season stats. Okay, so his season stats. So he, jeez. Okay, honestly, like this really ain't a bad year. So he threw 22 touchdowns, 10 picks, 3,740 yards, has a completion percentage of 64.5%. I mean, it's mid to me.
All right. So
Very mid.
Chiefs, Big Ben went 23 for 35,
Okay.
a whopping 159 passing yards,
Jeez.
a touchdown, and a pick. That's a grand total of 4.54 yards per pass attempt. Hall of Famer. Big Ben.
Mike Tomlin. If Mike Tomlin should win Coach of the Year for that.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
should win Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
Hold on. I want to see what's his season high in passing yards.
Actually, I
Okay.
kind of want to know this.
Ben's season high in passing yards is 318 yards against the Bengals, where they lost 24-10. He also threw 2 interceptions that game. He also threw 58. Yeah, this season. He also threw 58 passes.
His season high was 324,
18.
18. That's good in 2007, but that's pretty normal in 2022.
Dog. They have this man out there throwing the ball 58 times.
It ain't going more than 10 yards.
58 times, bro. His arm is just hanging on by a thread at this point.
Wasting our time, dog. Let's move on, bro. Talking about him pisses me off, bro. He sucks, bro. I'm sorry. He's trash, bro.
But okay, last thing about Big Ben. The crazy thing is that season high in passing yards, guess what week that was set?
What?
Week 3.
Early.
So a week 3 game. It's been downhill ever since.
That's the last we heard of great Big Ben.
He went over 300 yards once after that game, and that was the Vikings game.
Let's talk about some greatness now. So Tom Brady is going to absolutely cook the Eagles a lot.
It's the Bucks.
Like, I'm telling y'all, bro. Like, I get it. Jalen Hurts. Yeah, if he turns up, maybe it'll be interesting. And like he has like all the intangibles, and that's awesome. We love to see that in the game of football. But like, let's cut the Cinderella shit, bro. Let's cut the Cinderella shit. We know what's about to happen. I'd say the Bucks are going to beat the Eagles, and I'll even give you a score. I'd say they're going to beat the Eagles. Let's go 31-17. I feel like that's a pretty
Yeah,
appropriate.
that's reasonable.
All right. I don't even know if this is my boldest take.
Shit, JP.
Weekend. The Bucks are going to win this game, but they won't win by more than 10 points. I just think that there's a lot of factors here with this Bucks team surrounding health and surrounding who Tom Brady's throwing the ball to. Tom Brady's gonna be throwing the ball to John Brown in this game. John Brown's been on like 7 teams this season. He was throwing to Cyril Grayson a couple weeks ago, and he's hurt. We don't know who's gonna be healthy for this team. I think if Levante David doesn't play, this Bucks defense gets a whole lot less intimidating against the run. I'm not saying the Eagles are going to win. They're not going to win. It was fun. It's been real. Nick Sirianni should get a lot of Coach of the Year notoriety. The Bucks are going to win, but it won't be a blowout. It'll be a close game.
I say Eagles fight with it 3 quarters in. 4th quarter, Bucks run away with it. I say 2 to 3 touchdown game, Bucks.
What about you, Mike?
Oh, yeah, I agree with you. I said back then, I agree with you. I said Bucks. I give it 31-17. Basically what Ron said, 2 touchdown lead.
Cardinals, Rams. What do we think? I don't know, bro. This is really tough.
I'm going Rams.
Rams. Because
I don't know.
Kyler Murray's gonna be running for his life.
He can't do it the whole game. He's gonna catch up with him.
Yeah, it's gonna catch up, bro.
Am I correct? Don't they got Von Miller too?
Yes. They barely think about this. They barely got away with it against the Cowboys. They can't keep getting away with it.
Yeah, bro.
What I will say, if you do choose the Cardinals, this Cardinals secondary isn't as good as it was last year. I think Jalen Ramsey is fantastic, but I think a lot of times they rely on Jalen Ramsey's presence in the nickel and the star position. That teams just are like, okay, if you're going to leave him there, we'll just line up our best guy out at corner and make your other less good dudes play him. So if you see AJ Green just absolutely like wreck shit in the first couple of quarters or something, that'll be why.
You mean the guy that forgot what route he ran in the end zone?
Yes, he's also the guy that toasted Trevon Diggs at like 33 years old.
I mean,
however old. How old is AJ Green? I don't want to say.
Go Dogs. Go Dogs.
I don't want to
go there.
Hold on. I'm gonna
go Dogs. I just wanted to shout out AJ Green. That man.
So you throwing shots to my team, JP? Don't start this.
He's 33.
He is 33. Dog, I got that on the dot. But look, man, I'm gonna choose the Rams, and it's going to be an overtime game. I have zero faith in this game at all, though. I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals win.
I give it a field goal.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams blow them out. I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals blew them out. I have no idea what to expect from this game.
I got a feeling Rams are going to jump out, and then 4th quarter, Cardinals are going to fight and going to call their way back. But Rams are going to jump out. I expect the Cardinals to fight their way back. And it may come to an onside kick, or it may come to Kyler Murray making an interception. But this is why I know from the Rams. They get a lead. For some reason, they keep the ball in Matthew Stafford's hands, and he can't control the lead, and they give it up. So that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm going to see. Cooper Kupp's going to be Cooper Kupp. Odell might make a play or two. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised to play if the game go down to Odell making a simple catch that we're going to glorify. But the way I see it, Rams are going to jump out, get a lead. Cardinals are going to claw back because that's what Kyler Murray does. If when in doubt, everything fails, Kyler Murray just becomes Kyler Murray, and he brings the team back on his back before they fail.
What I will say, an interesting note about this game is DeAndre Hopkins will not play. He
Mhm.
will not play.
He knows.
If
He important though.
if he makes it, if they make it past the Rams, then they'll probably play next week, but he's not playing this week.
Exactly.
So again, I don't know. This is gonna be such a close game.
As of right now, I'm going Rams. I'm going Rams, but I have zero confidence.
I have
If I
zero-
was a betting man, I'm not touching this game.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole because again, Matthew Stafford's untrustworthy. Like, if you ask me to trust a quarterback in this game, I might go Kyler Murray over Matt Stafford because
I trust him.
He's so.
I trust him to call back.
Stafford's
If you
so
tell me, JP, if you tell me who's trailing and who you need to bring you back, I will say Kyler Murray. But if I want to talk about for all 4 quarters, but like I said, I think Rams are just better than the Cardinals, and I think they're gonna jump out and they're gonna have that lead, and then Tyler Murray is going to fight and claw his way back, and he may get them there, but I just think it's gonna be too short. That's why I think I got the Rams.
Any last thoughts on this game right here?
This game's weird.
Yeah, I'm not touching this. If you're a betting man, don't touch this game.
Here's the crazy part with the Rams, though, that I like. The Rams got the number 1 D line probably in all time, and then they got one of the guy who I'm going to regard as he's going to finish top 3 all time man cover corners, or top 5 to be for sure.
Top 5. It's a lot of guys, bro.
Their problem
for what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's unreal. Like every year you would think he would, okay, this would be a down year for him. But he goes, oh, y'all think I'm not the best? After y'all put me the best? Okay, I'm just gonna go out and do it again. And he goes out and he do it. And one thing that stuck for me was, it was a stat. I don't know what game it was. The Rams got blown out, but he didn't allow a touchdown. I was like,
see,
your team got blown out, but you didn't allow a touchdown.
That's the problem with the Rams defense. It's
star power.
This phrase because Shaq uses it. It's the others on the team.
The other guys.
The other guys.
It's a team sport, especially with football. The way to beat the Rams, they play so many light boxes. They will legit have only one man on the second level in the box. So 5 D linemen, 1 linebacker, Troy Reader. They bring their safeties up like after the snap to come fill in the runs and run support. That can be great in terms of stopping the pass, but where that falls down is you have a 180, 190 pound safety taking on a pulling guard or a tackle. And then their running back is running for 15 plus. That's the biggest problem with the Rams defense is they coax you into being patient and taking the runs, which is why the Niners always beat them. Because they're like, yeah, we'll take the runs. We'll be explosive with it too. We're going to force your DBs to tackle. That's one of the things that they're not very good at. They have great stars, but teams have found that go against the other guys. They're not as good this year. There is no John Johnson or Troy Hill. They're bringing Eric Weddle out of retirement to play in this game.
No, like real tall.
Real Eric Weddle. I haven't heard Eric Weddle's name since 2019 or 2017, man. Sure, it's 2022. Let's see what happens. But he's 37 years old, and what he's going to be asked to do is a lot. So
I'm still waiting for Yale to come back.
That's going to be another interesting point in this game. But ultimately, I think the Cardinals are trending in the wrong direction in terms of health, in terms of play. I'm going to go with the Rams, but I don't feel confident. It's bad that I don't feel confident in this team because I should.
Exactly. And last but not least, man, let's get on your boys.
You already know.
Our boys, Niners. All right, yeah, bro. I think y'all got it. I think the Cowboys got it. I think they have just a little bit more playmakers, dude. And in the game of football, man, you want to put the ball in the hands of your playmakers. Now, I get Kittle and I get Debo. I completely understand. I don't trust Jimmy G, dude. I don't. I know he has playoff experience. Yeah. I'm sorry, dog. I'm not feeling it. I don't trust him. I'd say the Cowboys win. I'm not confident in that pick at all because we know how y'all roll. And this like y'all, everybody knows I'm super anti-Cowboy. So ain't no bias on this side. This is just strictly me giving my non-biased analytical take. Cowboys got more playmakers, dude. Give me the Cowboys. By like a touchdown, though. It's not going to be a blowout by any means.
My thing is Dak Prescott, please do not get outplayed by Jimmy G. Bro, please do not have Anthony Brown one-on-one with Debo Samuels. Please don't take a bet. Please don't go ultra aggressive digs on every single short route before they hit you with a double move. Because here's the thing. Base case, we play one of our best games, we blow this team out. But then again, there's that 50-50 chance, that 50% we can blow them out. Another 50%, we get beat by 20. It's frustrating because I'm really hoping, because if I see Debo and Brown one-on-one, bro, I'm going to cry. And I'm not talking like baby cry, bro. I'm talking grown man tears, hugging on to my girl, crying, bro. If I see this man one-on-one with Debo Samuels, bro, I will cry. But I got the Cowboys. We're going to win this thing. I got faith, but please, God, please.
So one thing that I don't think we brought up while we were talking about this game is the best offensive lineman in football is returning for this playoff game.
Yeah.
He didn't play against the Rams, and you saw what they did to the Rams.
Yeah.
Like, Trent Williams is coming back, which is going to be one of the best matchups of the entire season. It's the Cowboys pass rushers against whoever lines up against Trent Williams. Might get Thanos snapped. And I love Randy Gregory and DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons. Trent Williams is that dude. That's just you can't. I don't know, man. This is a really bad matchup for this Cowboys team. I don't think they've been tested with a physical, diverse downhill run game like the Niners. I don't think they've seen these kind of looks. It helps for every other team that's playing in this playoff game, in these playoffs, that they've seen the other team. They've seen the other team before. This is the only matchup this season, or in the playoffs, where they didn't play during the regular season. Also, another stat that I heard on Football Outsiders stream, the past few times, the number one team in DVOA has played in Wild Card Weekend, they've lost every time. This feels like a real bad omen, man. Momentum is a very real thing. The Niners come in with a lot of momentum. They come in with a very physical, downhill style of game that's going to force you to be wrong. I just think the Cowboys defense is going to be wrong too many times.
JP, that's what I'm scared of, man.
I'm going with the Niners.
Remember, I watched that Rams game, man. I was so adamant we was gonna go to the Super Bowl that year. And was I being naive? Yes, I was. But the last person, if Todd Gurley would have rushed for them in the yard, I would have said, you know what? That's Todd Gurley. We're talking about the prom. CJ Anderson, they ran up the gut. And CJ Anderson broke us. Dude, some Cowboy fans might think about the Dez called it, but that game broke me, bro. Because we had the best linebackers at the time, and our D line was pretty solid. And the dude
What does that sound like?
The 49ers.
No, I'm saying,
That's why I'm scared.
what does this formula sound like? A Cowboys team with some good linebackers and a really good
Good.
D-line.
Good D-line.
Ooh.
What does
And
it sound like? Look, man, this is a really bad omen here.
Ooh, man, you're swaying me, man. You're swaying, bro. Oh man.
look, man,
You,
look, Jason, I ain't gonna surprise, bro. I'm scared myself. I'm scared, but I will say this: we have the better team. We're better around the edge, and we got a home game. We beat a team 51 points. We got our offense. We feel like we got our offense back humming. And when game time comes, if our receivers and our quarterback is on point, it is gonna be hell and water to stop us.
See, I think that's the biggest weakness of this Niners defense is they get beat deep a lot. But in order to do that, you have to have time. And of course, I'm not going to say I don't have faith in the Cowboys offensive line, but Arden Key has 6.5 sacks, and I didn't even realize Arden Key was in the league for the season. He's playing great. Eric Armstead is playing great. Of course, Nick Bosa is going to be Nick Bosa, but they're going to find that matchup on the offensive line. Connor Williams he's going to have that red X on his back, and they're going to go after him with all of their guys.
Yeah. But that's why another key element I said is Zeke. Zeke and pass protection is going to be vital. Can he buy that extra time? If he can do that, we can get somewhere.
Also, it'd be kind of crazy. I was just thinking about this. What if the Niners put in Trey Lance for some design runs in this game? I would throw the entire look, man. If I'm a coach and it's the playoffs, I'm throwing the entire
Playoffs, bro. You let the thing
emptying
loose.
the clip. I'm throwing all the trick plays.
Didn't they do it in the regular season?
Not really. They didn't have him come in for design like run schemes with Jimmy healthy. They just do that if Jimmy wasn't healthy and Trey Lance was starting. Like, man, I was just thinking, like, for a team that's so over aggressive as the Cowboys, imagine running a zone read with Trey Lance and capitalizing on that over aggressive defense. Like, oh my gosh, I'm going with the Niners. I'm solid on that.
Well, I guess that'll be the equal deciding factor. I'm gonna go 49ers. Mostly on the sole fact because I just don't have faith in Dak Prescott and the Cowboys offense.
It's okay to be a hater, man. Look, it's okay. I got the Cowboys, man.
I only have them because they have more playmakers. That's it.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, dude. It's like
It's in the air. It's in the air, Jason. Go and smell it.
all like I'm not gonna lie, all the cards are.
Like you start.
It's like,
The
bro,
only thing that's preventing me from picking the Niners. Players make plays, bro. We're talking about all the strategy, and that's great. But we know who the guys are, bro.
Have they made plays?
Hmm?
Have they been making plays like consistently?
Consistently? No.
That's why they got here.
so hold on. Who's stopping Amari Cooper?
I'm talking about okay. We know that they're a top player, but are they doing it consistently?
Consistently. That's the only thing that's like, oh, but
Well,
I feel like Dak got it, bro. Dak's like a fringe top 5 quarterback.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's not consistent.
Yeah.
I love Dak Prescott, but that calf injury really did affect him.
Yeah.
You can tell that it hurt him.
Uh,
But also, Amari Cooper yesterday was fined for a COVID-19 violation at the Mavericks game. So, who knows? You may not have Amari Cooper. You may not have him.
That's so tough.
Too soon.
Wait, what was bro doing at a Mavs game, dog?
I don't know.
Why are
bro. It's
you
the
going
Cowboys,
to
bro.
Mavs games and you're the player, bro?
So he was fined $14,650 by the NFL for violating the COVID-19 protocols for the unvaccinated player by attending a Dallas Mavericks game last week and not wearing a mask.
At this point, bro,
But
it's
prior
just
to
the Cowboys,
attending the
bro.
Mavericks game, Amari Cooper was on the sideline at the Cotton Bowl cheering on Alabama.
Mhm.
Oh.
Well, people
It's
be looking
Dallas,
for him.
bro.
People be lurking, snitching.
So like,
Bro,
hey man,
it's Dallas.
I mean, like,
It
it's not even
always happens
switching,
to
bro.
us,
You're Amari
bro.
Cooper, dude. Like, come on, dog. Like, come on, dog. You
Bro.
can't. You're not just gonna sneak in no Cotton Bowl as Amari Cooper, bro. Like, come on,
especially at an
man.
Alabama game.
Jason, this always happens to us. No
Hey,
team,
that's
what
tough,
other
bro.
team is getting talked about this, bro? It's us.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm a Panthers fan. You can't tell me anything.
Yeah,
You can't tell me anything. And we have a Jags fan in
Well,
here too, dog.
You got it, yeah.
Shit
Yeah.
about
I apologize
controversy
about complaining.
and outside shenanigans happening within a team after the season I just had. They don't want to hear it from me.
JPT had worse than anybody.
I am a
Yeah, y'all had
broken
it. Y'all had
man
it bad.
because of this team.
Head
Yeah,
coach rubbing up on the girls at the bar.
See,
Week 4. That was
we
week
should know they were
4.
bad when they brought in Tim.
Was that really week 4?
That was week 4 because
That's crazy.
I went to the Bengals game. I went to that game, and Urban Meyer was just like broken after the press conference. They asked him about why Trevor Lawrence hadn't been doing quarterback sneaks. And then because we haven't practiced quarterback sneaks, which again, why aren't you practicing quarterback sneaks? Why don't you know how to do quarterback sneaks from the beginning? Why don't you practice that in the first freaking week of practice? It should be one of the things that you do. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, don't talk
Nah,
to me.
you good.
Don't talk to me about controversial seasons.
Sorry.
I
I'm sorry.
understand.
Your shenanigans.
My apologies.
Any final thoughts, man? Any last regards? All I gotta say is like, you need more than one black coach in the league, bro.
That's something we.
That's all I have to say to close this thing. I don't know if y'all have any bars for
Right.
us, but
My final
that's
statement.
ridiculous.
Man,
My final statement is directed at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Listen to me. Listen to me, please. Hire Byron Leftwich. This is the easiest thing you can possibly do. Former player, offensive coordinator for the Super Bowl champions, worked around Tom Brady. Great play caller. Players love him. This is the easiest hire you can ever make. Please don't mess this up. Do not mess this up. Hire him, please.
I
For
wanna
my own sanity.
I'm going to conduct the research. I'm on good with writing articles and stuff. No, I'm not. But I'm going to conduct the research, and I'm going to align this up, and I'm going to show people that black head coaches get hired at these bad jobs, and the moment they get close to doing good, because on average, you really get the team that you need. You're really going to get the team that you build 3 to 4 years in. A lot of these coaches get fired after their 3rd year.
Mm-hmm.
People don't catch up on this. And a lot of these teams are pretty good. Like the Dolphins can go to the playoffs. The Chargers, with their coach, I kind of understood because once again, he was giving up a lot of close. But we all knew how good the Chargers was. And they fired him, brought another coach. The Jets had Todd. They thought Todd was going to do something. We thought he had a spark. Didn't, got fired. Detroit was a laughing stock. Their only person was Matthew. And they brought in Carwell.
Mhm.
Goes 10-6, 9-7. I think he lost one playoff game off of controversy, and then they fired him. We can even go to Texas. Go to Charlie Strong of Texas. Tom Herman success comes from Charlie Strong players. And I like Tom Herman. But you can look at the roster, you can look at the records, and then you can look once that 3rd and 4th year, once it started becoming his team, Texas went downhill. So it's people can say one thing, but it's like when you have a reoccurring thing of where you got your team that is completely down and out, because the Dolphins was down and out. Remember, the Dolphins was supposed to be the team that went 0-16, and they ended up winning 5 games. And then the next year, they had a winning record, somehow missed the playoffs. Then the next year, they was down and out, and they won 7 straight. So it's like, and they put in these guys in placement who they don't got to really do much. You just got to steer the ship. Like, there's no reason why Tony Dungy got fired from the Bucks, and then John Gruden comes in. They win. Gruden sinks that team. He gets fired, and then they hire on Raheem Morris. Like, to me, that's more than a coincidence. Like I said, they're gonna hire their people, but they're gonna hire them when it's the best position. They hire the best people to rebuild, but they fire to hire the person they know to put them in good position. And so that's just how I feel on that.
Real. Well, shoot. That's a wrap on the Pancake Podcast. Be sure to follow us at Pancake Tweets. Be sure to show us love on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube, baby. We lit. We closing out. Let's get it.